Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Masavour. I'm going to be your host. Today we're going to be talking about the best rushing class in Modern Warfare, hands down. It's the 2-time, the 3-time, the 5-time, the undisputed champion, the MP5. Because I'm not here to tell you no lies about the ISO or the AN. I do think they need a buff.
Undisputed UFC lightweight champion of the world, the notorious
MP5. That's right. MP5. Do what the MP5 want to do. And here's the 3 scoreboards that we're going to be hopping into today, guys. Sorry, another intro was a little bit long. But before we hop into all that good killing and stuff, guys, if you guys do happen to enjoy anything today, please make sure you guys smash that like button for your boy. It really helps me out. Listen closely because we are going to have a comment question of the day. And most importantly, please subscribe if you are new. That way you don't miss any episodes. Hopping right into it, guys. We're using my MP5. This is my favorite rushing class setup. Like, not necessarily the best setup that you could have on the MP5 because that really depends on your playstyle. I'm a big believer in kill streaks because I think that they really help control the game in a lot of ways that you can't really do with just yourself and a gun. Obviously you can do a lot, but having a Pavlo and a VTOL in the air kind of forces the enemy to put on cold-blooded, so it makes your explosives that you're using a hell of a lot more effective. When the entire enemy team can't run EOD anymore, you're playing hardpoint or you're playing domination, they hop on the base, you throw a frag at it because they have on cold-blooded because they want to be dodging the VTOL and the Pavlo, they're gonna die. They're most likely gonna die. And then it's just gonna add into frustration, you know what I mean? Or they don't switch to cold-blooded and they die to the Pavlo, which is honestly the best case scenario for you because that's the easiest. Ooh, what's this boy doing? So right now I'm using Specialist. I like Specialist when I'm really just in a super gunny, rushy mood because it's nice knowing that you got all the kills just yourself. You did it on your own. No kill streaks had to help you out. You know, you just ran up in there and got the job done. I like to use Tune-Up as my first Specialist perk that I gain. That way it helps me gain Dead Silence extremely fast, which is what you're going to want to be able to do if you want to like push people and rush people. The 3 base perks that I always believe in that I pretty much need when I'm really trying my hardest to gun people down and trying to rush at people, I need EOD, Ghost, and Amped. Once you start getting used to Amped, you really can't go to using like not amped, like unless you're playing Search and Destroy because the pace is a lot slower and you know it's a lot more calculated. But when you're playing Respawn, like amped is just my best friend. I need it for throwing trophies, I need it for throwing grenades, like, and anytime I pick up another weapon I want to be able to swap in between my weapons really quickly. I don't want to get caught lacking, so amped really keeps me on my toes. I love it. For my secondary perk in my Specialist chain that I have Quick Fix. The reason why I have Quick Fix as my second and not as my first is because I have 2 stim shots. Basically, once I'm at like 4 or 5 kills, that's when I need Quick Fix. That's when I've pretty much used up all of my stim shots already. So having Quick Fix like helps me out at that point in time. And the reason why I have Double Time as my last perk as opposed to it being like the first perk, because you know we're going with the whole theme of like rushing at the enemy. Normally you have enough tactical sprint, especially if you slide cancel all over the place, for like 6-7 kills. I end up running out of my tactical sprint around that time, so that's why I want Double Time at that point. It refreshes my tactical sprint right away, and then normally you kill like 5-6 enemies, you gotta go across the map. Now that we don't have shipment or shoot house anymore, chances are if you drop off the entire enemy team, you're pretty much gonna have to run all the way across the map in order to get some more kills, you know what I mean? So you're gonna want to have Double Time for that legwork. Majority of the time I will use kill streaks though, because like I said, I believe kill streaks really add that third dimension to the game, and I like seeing my name like in the kill feed at all times, even while I'm like, you know, while I'm in transit. It's nice having something working for you, my little mini minions working for me, my VTOL, my Pavlo, whatever I'm going with, UAV, counter UAV, something working for you to help you out and help you control the map. I really believe in kill streaks. As you can see, I took off my monolithic integral suppressor and I put on a compensator. Sometimes I do this. I don't know. I don't know. I just like to play with like different setups. I don't like to play with the exact same setup all the time. However, I will say if you can control the recoil on the monolithic integral suppressor, that's definitely going to be your best bet for getting a lot more kills. Staying off the radar is just, it's honestly so huge in this game and in every Call of Duty. If you are the person that never uses suppressor, maybe you should try to get used to it for a couple of games in a row. Honestly, like once you get used to a suppressor, you notice a huge difference between like your suppressed gameplay and your non-suppressed gameplay. And I'll definitely say that the suppressor on your gun really helps you get a lot more longer kill streaks, way better chances of nuking, and way better chances of, like, you know, performing overall how you want to perform. Obviously everybody wants to go like 50-1, you know what I mean? It's gonna be easier to do with a suppressor than it will be with a non-suppressed gun. That being said, if you do have impeccable aim and godly map sense, then you probably don't have to worry about having a suppressor on your gun. But for the majority of us, suppressors do help, and they are my best friend. So you won't see me with a non-suppressed gun too often. But if I do feel like changing up my class setup a little bit, the compensator on the MP5 just feels so good. It feels right. Like, I'm sure you guys can see it right now. Pretty much as long as my aim is on point, like these guys are dropping pretty fast. I'm loving it. MP5 is where it's at. Slide cancel here, slide cancel there. That was horrible shot. So what are you doing, Devour? Alright, well, at least you got a chopper gunner. Kind of making up for it. In the case of me missing so many shots on these kids that weren't even looking at me, but I get the chopper gunner, I've decided to forgive myself. We're just going to go ahead and kind of fast forward to this chopper gunner real fast. I'm sure we've all seen the chopper gunner before. But on this next map that I have in rotation for us, guys, it's Granza Raid. I know a lot of people, like, they really don't like Granza Raid and Arkloff Peak for like 6v6 maps, especially when it's like hardpoint. People are just like, oh, it's too big, it's too big. But honestly, when it's like 6v6 or 10v10 Arkloff Peak Granza Raid, I think it's hilarious. I take it as a golden opportunity to use the IAV because no one, literally no one expects to have an IAV called in on them in a 6v6 match. In a 10v10, sometimes you expect it, but even in 10v10, most people don't use the IAV at all. I think it's hilarious. I feel like I'm playing Ground War and everybody else is playing 6v6 or 10v10. Makes me feel like king shit. And on this Granza Raid, I managed to drop my IAV twice. And let's just say that the enemy team was not too happy with me after the match. I did get quite a few angry messages, but it's all good. Your boy is still here, still standing. If you don't know your rotations on Granza Raid yet for hardpoint, definitely try to learn that. It's going to help you out a lot. You'll figure out exactly where the enemy is spawning already, or you have a really good idea of it, and then you can hit that really long flank around. And you only need one good flank around the enemy. You get like 5-6 kills, and then the enemy should spawn next to you because it's hard point. If you're flanking around to the back side of the hard point, then you can just pick up 2-3 more kills that you need, and then you can have all the streaks that you want. Especially on these big maps, I really believe in chopper gunners and gunships. So the main goal is using kill chain with the IAV and the VTOL in order to get to the gunship, because the gunship is just going to give you full command of the entire arena, obviously. You can hear my teammates just laughing. They're just like, why do you have a tank? I was like, shit, man, why not? I feel like Optimus Prime. I really feel like Optimus Prime. Oh, picking up my boy. You guys might recognize him. AK Pulse. Let's go, baby. And honestly, when you have a tank, no one wants to go near the objective. So if you are losing for some reason, you pull out this IAV and you go anywhere near the objective, the enemy is definitely going to run away from you. Either they try to shoot you out right away and they're smart, or they just completely avoid you. But they can't avoid this. Unfortunately, you can't dodge the gunship, my guys. Alright, the big gun goes boom. That one goes dun 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 dun. This one goes drrrr. But no matter what, they all say good hit after, and that's what we're really going for. But without further ado, we are going to go ahead and hop into the comment question of the day. But Devour, how do I do the comment question of the day? Well, that's a really good question, Timmy. How you participate in the comment question of the day is you just listen up really closely. If you're there at the premiere of the video, I am going to select and pin one person who answered the comment question of the day correctly. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to subscribe to that person. And after you finish subscribing to that person, just comment done inside his pinned comment. And what he's going to do is he's going to go ahead and subscribe back to you. That way we all grow more together. Might not seem like a lot right now, but you know, if I put out like 3-4 videos a week and you're there at every single video, you gain like 3 subscribers a week. That would really help out some people. Lord knows I know it would help me out a lot when I was at like 100, 200 subscribers. I know the grind is hard. I know the grind is real, guys. But if you ever have any questions or you need help with something, please feel free. Like, you can always talk to me and ask me. Again, I'm no expert, but you know, if I do happen to know something that might be helpful, I'm more than willing to share and help out whoever does need help. That being said, the common question of the day is, when did you fall in love with Call of Duty? What Call of Duty did you like slap your knee and you're like, damn it, this is the game for me. I love this game. Because I used to play like Halo 3, Halo 4, I was like 15 in both of those, but then I started playing Call of Duty right around like Modern Warfare 2 time, and I just completely fell in love, and since then I've been a COD fan, like strictly COD. I even used to play Gears of War. I love Gears of War, but yeah, Modern Warfare 2 definitely did it for me. So what Call of Duty game did you decide that Call of Duty was the game for you? And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and hop into the gun class setup today, guys. We're going to go ahead and get started with the specialist class setup first. So I do like to use stim shot, frag, or semtex, just depending upon the map. For the first 3 perks that I have, my base perks, that's what I'm going to call it, I like to use EOD, Ghost, and Amped, if I'm using specialist. That is, if I'm not using specialist, I will normally run kill chain, just depending upon the enemy. And if the enemy's really good, then I will swap off kill chain and I'll give them the respect they deserve and I'll put on EOD. But it all depends on if I can take advantage of them or not. And as my first perk that I gain at 2 kills, I like to use tune up. After that, for the 4th kill, I like to use quick fix, and for the 6th kill, I like to use double time. I kind of explained to you guys why I pick each perk and when I pick it for, just because it helps me specifically at those times. Once I'm at 4 kills, I'm normally out of stim shot, so quick fix really helps me out a lot. Once I'm at like 6, 7 kills, I'm normally out of tactical sprint, and having a rejuice on my tactical sprint really helps, especially because you normally have to go across the map at that time, because normally you get 5, 6 kills, you got to run across the map. And one thing that I haven't really gone into a bunch of detail in on my pistol, the reason why I use the M19, none of these attachments matter. Only one attachment matters on my M19, because most likely I will trade out my M19 before I ever have to use it. The main goal with the MP5 is to use the MP5. The only thing you need the M19 for is fully loaded. Now that the 10mm rounds on the MP5 have taken that nerf, the 45 round clip for the MP5 is definitely the best clip now. Especially, like, you know what I mean, if you're playing in anything but competitive, the 45 round clip just has so much more benefits. And if you use fully loaded with your M19, it uses the same ammo as your MP5. So essentially you spawn in with your MP5 will have fully loaded already. So it's like you have 6 attachments while everybody else only has 5. So definitely take advantage of that. For my MP5, I use the monolithic integral suppressor. That's going to keep me off the radar and give me bullet velocity. I will also use the FTAC collapsible stock. This one's going to give us the most movement speed and aim down sight speed, which is really important because I'm only using that one attachment for ADS speed. And we're going to put on sleight of hand just because the reload on the MP5 is really not that great. And if we're using an MP5 to its fullest potential, we're going to be rushing and slide canceling. So we want to be able to reload really quickly, get out of there, have our clip back in, and then start killing people again. The 45 round mags, definitely the best ammunition attachment on the MP5 now after the 10mm round mags took that nerf. Plus we get to use the fully loaded attachment on our M19, so we really take full advantage of our MP5. And the Merc 4 grip, it's just going to give us recoil control and hipfire accuracy. I've heard it's been speculated that it also gives a little bit of ADS speed, so that might be an added bonus as well. But even without that, I'm sure you guys seen all the hipfire kills that I did end up getting. Having that hipfire accuracy on the MP5 definitely helps out and it's definitely worth it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video today, guys. Again, my name is Moss Devour. If you have not liked the video, please like the video now. If you have not subscribed, please subscribe now. What are you waiting for? What are you waiting for, Lana Rhodes? Get to it.